Heaven's California.
Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another FIFA 18 trading tips video, and today, for the first time in about a couple of weeks, we're not talking about team of the season regarding trading, because today is the day where we find out how, well, not potentially, but tomorrow is the day we find out with today, both them days, whether we're going to be able to break even with our investments or even make a little bit of profit. But what have we got to talk about today? Well, we're looking back again at the World Cup mode that is coming out on the 29th, which is in a week's time. This time next Tuesday, the World Cup mode will drop, and we will have a brand new mode that we'll be able to download for free onto our FIFA games, which will have a kickoff mode and a road to the World Cup mode, and probably, and most certainly, an ultimate team mode. And today we're looking at what effect this is going to have on the market. So the market right now is, we know it's kind of low, and there's a reason that this market is going to be lower. You'll notice that for the past 3 weeks, we've had the availability of these two SBCs. We've had Bundesliga upgrades, and especially the Premium Bundesliga upgrade, and we had the La Liga upgrade, Premium upgrade packs, and we have Premium Premier League upgrade packs, which I did a few myself. But a lot of people have invested a lot of coins into these packs. Now, when SBCs are generally come out, unless the players are required for the SBC, the market tends to come down, because the less coins people have, we don't get any coins back from these cards. Okay, these are untradeable. So it's essentially taking coins out of the market, which means the market has less power, buying power, the buying power being us who have liquidated all of our coins into SBCs. Now, what does this mean for us either buying back our teams or selling our teams? I did say, cast your mind back to the start of Team of the Season, or just before, if you've been following the channel for that long. If you haven't, then don't worry, I will keep you all up to dated. I said that basically, if you're going to buy your team back, you're going to want to buy it back on the Premier League Team of the Season weekend. That's when players will drop dramatically, because people will be liquidating their clubs to get it back, to get their teams back, and liquidating all their players to try and get these Premier League cards, the fresh team of the seasons, to get their Premier League side. And if you bought your club back, then I'd make sure everything in your club was out before Thursday, because what's going to happen past Thursday onwards, we're going to have a lot of the bigger YouTubers, so Nepenthes, AA9, all the YouTubers, Nick2AT, and all the streamers as well, that stream and do Road to Glories, are basically going to say, guys, the World Cup's coming, sell your stuff today. And obviously we want to be there before that happens, because obviously then the market will come down. So if we can get rid of all our stuff by Thursday, that's great. The only things you should have left in your club are basically stuff that either you want to use still, or you're just, it's in the club and you're not using it and it's worth some sort of value. Anything of some sort of value is normally 10k and up, okay? I'm not too sure what the effect on the gold cards will be. I would rather you only sell special cards. You might save a little bit on the gold cards with a snipe or so, but not much. So once you've sold all this, you can have an abundance of coins. Now, what can we do from this to make any profit? Well, what's going to happen is the World Cup mode in Ultimate Team is going to share coins from FIFA Ultimate Team and FIFA Ultimate Team World Cup Edition, or whatever the World Cup mode is going to be, World Cup FIFA Ultimate Team. So the way the World Cup mode is going to work is it's going to be a very much PTW, pay to win, or it's going to be GTW, grind to win, heavy grind to win. Because unless you've got coins, you're kind of stuffed to get packs. If I remember, it's probably not going to be the same as last one. It seems a lot better than the previous 4 years ago. But I remember you had 2 packs, a 5k and a 7.5k pack, and you had to buy either FIFA points or use coins to get those packs. And obviously then you get a retrospective pack on your FIFA Ultimate Team account. Now, the people that have the more coins are the people that are going to have the best World Cup teams. Now, everyone is going to be, obviously then, everyone is going to be panic selling all their stuff onto the market, which is where we can make possibly some moves on the market. Now, the investments that you want to get are not going to be long-term investments. These are not cards you want to hold on to for like a month's time or a couple of weeks' time. These are a couple of days at max. What's going to happen is people are going to start listing their special cards for a very low price because there aren't many coins on the market right now, because everyone has liquidated a lot of their coins and used a lot of their coins into SBCs over this Team of the Season, what with Player of the Month, what with Team of the Season SBCs, what with Guaranteed Team of the Season SBCs, what with Rest of the World Team of the Season Guaranteed SBCs. A lot of coins are now off the market, so a lot of people are going to be undercutting the market by quite a substantial amount when it comes to buying these players. Okay, what could happen is, especially, obviously we know the weekend league is from Friday to Monday, like a late Friday to very early in the morning Monday. It just kind of works with the American time zones. What this means is that what could potentially happen, people keep their clubs, any weekend league players could very well possibly liquidate all their players, or people that, weekend league players could go, you know what, we're just going to sell our weekend league teams and we want to try and get as many coins and start playing this World Cup mode. Now, what's going to happen when the World Cup mode comes out? The hype is going to be for the first week or so. When an event comes out in any game, the first week is obviously the most popular, and then it starts to slowly die down. When it comes to the next weekend league, a lot of people are going to be going, well, I actually want this card back now. I need it for my FUT Champions team, and I want it for the weekend league. So they're going to go and buy their players back. So steadily over the week, they could quite honestly get some of the market could, these players could very well come back up in price. But as I said, these cards that you want to get are not going to be long-term investments. These are short-term investments. These are flips that you want to flip in a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, no much longer than a week's time. Alternatively, if you don't have your team, during this weekend and up to Tuesday is going to be a great time to go and buy your team back, depending on how many coins you want for the World Cup mode. Now, people are still going to be wanting to come onto Ultimate Team, which is why I think the Ultimate Team market will not crash considerably. EA, obviously, they want people to play the World Cup, but they don't want nobody to be on FIFA Ultimate Team. I can see them doing some way that you're going to have to play Ultimate Team to be able to earn some World Cup things, whether that's with SBCs, whether that's playing the Weekend League, Weekend League reward pack. You get a reward pack for your World Cup and you get some awesome players in that. I think they could do something like that, which means that, these players will eventually, the cards that you could have a look at, will eventually somewhat go up in price. We're not going to see major falls. We're not going to see like Team of the Year Ronaldo or Team of the Season Ronaldo. We'll see it now, 3.6 million or something. We're not going to see that drop all the way down to like 2 million. Okay, a lot of these cards, say you got an inform at 100k, we're not going to see that go down to 50k. He might go to 80, 90, between the 80k, but that's still a decent flip. It's still a decent flip, and I think this could be a great move. Generally, more for the people who have the most coins. Obviously, the more coins you have, the more coins you can make. Anything under an 100k budget could be very difficult to invest in for the World Cup mode market crash that should be happening within a couple of days' time. But I was watching a video from Run the Foot Market, and he actually said something very, very insightful. He said, "What you're going to want to do? We can't have time. You can't possibly keep a check on every special player on the game, okay? So what you can do, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to throw together a new concept team, and I call it EPL, and I'm going to put my Premier League team in, because I could trade with them players, and I could also just buy them players if I wanted to buy them back. So what we're going to do, we're going to move over to our trusted formation, the 4-1-2-1-2. And I'm just going to throw some players in there. Now, let's have a look then. In goal, obviously, I'm going to keep a check on David De Gea. I don't know what variant he's going to be at. I don't know what he's 92. We could throw his 92 in there. I don't think it's a special. No, it's some sort of special card that I can't have. Oh no, that must be his red variant. This should be the Inform then. Yep, so here's the Inform. Currently at 300k. We got a bid there at 260. So what I do, I just check if he's selling at that price. Okay, I'm obviously not going to buy the David De Gea. What De Gea I want is going to be the 90 variant. But obviously, I can't have the same variation of that player in the team. What I can do is obviously just switch it, go to, possibly I might stretch the 91 De Gea and see what his price is doing. Because the 91 De Gea and the 90 De Gea are still carrying a pretty hefty price tag, okay? He's at 120k right now, 118, 114, 114k is what he's at. What I might do, I might pop that on my transfer list and just see if he sells for that when that's up. You know, this is something that you can all do, okay? If you want to buy your team back, it's a great time to buy it back. On my right back, I'm probably, I mean, there's a couple of options I could go for, or, you know, one that a lot of people are going to be using, a lot of people have, is obviously the 92 rated Kyle Walker. Don't know how much he's at. He's currently at 474, it looks like, 474, 470, yeah, 470. I don't think his price is really falling that much. I'm not going to go for that Kyle Walker though. Obviously, I've got my 84 Kyle Walker. That's fine to put in there. His price really won't fall too much. I'm going to be looking for some cheap flips, yes. But am I going to be going crazy? Not really. You know, if you don't want to risk it, don't risk it. You know, this isn't trading and flipping. Investing and flipping are two very different things. You've got to be there at the right time to get a flip. You know, normally with a flip, you would see him undercut. You'd buy it just so people can't undercut that card again. And, you know, flipping is very different. Obviously, if you want to learn, I'm not a very experienced trader here on the channel. So going to someone and watching someone like Run the Foot Market, Nick, on there, his channel is on YouTube. It's just called Run the Foot Market. Listening to him would probably be a little more advisable. That's where I get my tips from, and I think that's where you should get yours from as well. But our next player here, obviously, one of our players is Vertonghen. We've got his 92 rated card. Oh, I don't know what we're going to do with that, because we've already got him in the club. That's gonna be tricky to keep an eye on his price, but I'll keep an eye. I'll just have to go to the transfer list and stuff. I mean, our centre-back partnership really doesn't do much for us because we've got Eric Bailly there as well. I want Eric Bailly there in the team. In the left-back, I mean, there's a couple of options. I normally go with Danny Rose, but obviously we've had a few more options as well. If I wanted to, I could go for wherever he is, Andy Robertson. He's got an Inform and he's got his tots. I'd have loved to get his team this season most consistent, but I just haven't got it. He's currently at 148, 140. He's a player that I'd like to keep an eye on, honestly. Just to keep an eye on his card and stuff, so I'll keep him there. I'm not saying I'm buying. You know, I'm very happy with Danny Rose. I don't know what Ashley Young's price is. Don't know whether this is higher or lower than that. But honestly, this is all I'd suggest doing. I just go put yourself together, some players that you want to keep an eye on, and then just keep an eye on what their price is. You know, Ashley Young is more expensive. He's at 250. We see a 230, 229, 220. 220 is a decent price. It'd be interesting to see if that sells or not. So we'll keep that there. In the CDM, you know the player I'd love in CDM. Obviously, we have Doucouré right now, but one that I'd love to see if I could get a cheap bid on or something would be the Nemanja Matic. You know, you guys know we're big Matic fans here on the channel, and it'd be good to see if we could get Matic in this team somehow if we can afford him. If he's down at 200k, I think 200k for Nemanja Matic is a pretty good price. His price right now 225, so he's getting there. 224, 223. Yeah, 223 looks like to be the lowest. It's getting there. You know, I could see that dropping a little bit more. Obviously, it won't be down to like 150k's and stuff, but it will drop a little bit. That's the thing you gotta think about. Obviously, on the right, on the left, we've got our boy Heung-min Son. We got him. That's a pretty stacked team there. Up in the CAM, obviously, we have Wayne Honne. So we'll go and have a look at Rooney here. Obviously an untradeable, but I will put him in. Regardless, on the right, I would like the Raheem Sterling. I'm not sure if I can stretch to his team this season. Let's have a look how much it's at. It's at 318,000 coins. So I'll probably give that a miss. I'll actually probably go for his 87. Because I know that's a little more affordable. Not by much. But it's at 126k. And I think if I'm lucky, I might be able to snap one under 100k at some point, maybe. So we'll go for this one at 126, and we'll see what that price is saying there. The first striker is obviously going to be Gabriel Jesus, because we love Jesus here in this squad. I'm very much a big Jesus fan. And he's currently at, what, 110? So that's very, very little. 108 we see there. 108, 108, 108, 108, 108, 108, 108 is decent. Was that at 100k there? Oh, it is 100k for that Jesus. Interesting to see if that sells. Another thing that I would say, because a lot of people aren't going to be buying cards, what could be cheeky if you want to get these guys back is bidding. Bidding could be a very, very strong thing, because I don't personally think there'll be much competition. You know, you can use this time to make more coins or save yourself a lot of coins when the World Cup mode hype is gone and you want to come back and play Ultimate Team. Because it will happen, okay? We can't play World Cup mode for another 3 straight months. We can't play it through all of June, all of July, all of August, and all of September, basically. It just won't be able to stretch that long. You know, they'll do something in Ultimate Team, which, I mean, we'll need our cards back. And the last man I think I'm going to put in is going to be Romelu Lukaku. I think Lukaku is a very decent little man here. Lukaku. What one do I want? That is the thing. I'd love this one right here. I'd love his team this season, but it is very, very expensive, and I can't really stretch to that as of right now. So I might go for the 88. We'll see how much that's at. That's the ones to watch, which is going to be hella pricey. Is it this one we want? Because he's going to have the red variant as well, isn't he? Okay, it's this one right here. He's at 113k, much more manageable. So I'll pop him in there. And that's basically the type of team I kind of want to get back. We only have a couple of players to buy. We have the De Gea here, who's going to set me back 100k if I can get that. The Robertson is probably about 150-ish. The Matic, well, that's 100, 150, that's 250. Say another 200 there, that's going to be 450 on him. We're going to get this one right here, which is going to be another 100k or so. So we'll say we were at, what, 350? 250. Was it 450? Yeah, 450, 100k, that's 550, 650, 750-ish. Around 800k on that side there. Now, what I might do, very, very much possibly, what I could easily do now is ditch the Serie A team. I could ditch the Serie A team. I don't need the Serie A team. Why don't I need the Serie A team? We've got a lot of squad training items. You know, we've got a lot more items right here that we can use. Obviously, just that team there is pretty damn decent. Obviously, we have the Sahar as well. I'm not sure if I want to get the Sahar or not. I just don't think I want to throw coins into it that I don't really have. You know, again, I'm fine with the 82 rows if I can't get the Robertson. Obviously, I'd like the De Gea back. The back line is basically unchanged. I'd like the informed Sterling. I could go without Matic. Doucouré has not had a bad time. He just hasn't had a great time. You know I love my Matic, so I could very well go with the Matic there. But we do have a lot of squad training. How do we do this? Here. Squad training items. I've got 124 fitness cards, which is pretty respectable, seeing as, you know, we're probably not actually going to play that many games at all. But again, we're probably going to need the fitness cards for the World Cup mode. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Honestly, the Serie A team could very well stay the same. You know, we're going to get some guaranteed Serie A players. I'll put the players in there and I'll see what happens then. I'll see what happens with investments as well. That's not the objective of today's video. Today's video is just to talk about the World Cup, which we have done, and I'm going to stop warbling on now because that is I've talked for well long enough. What have I basically covered in this video? Put yourself together with a group of players. If you want to do some flipping, go ahead and do some flipping. You know, you keep an eye on these players. You see one for super cheap, you pick it up. You either wait a few hours, see what happens with his price. See what happens. I mean, you could hold until Friday, see what the weekend league price is if you can afford to do so and do that. Because I think people will be coming back to do the weekend league because all the what was I going to say? They're still going to get the guaranteed team of the season packs, or the ultimate team of the season packs from weekend league for the Liga and the Calcio. So I think cheap flips are kind of the way forward. And if you want to buy your team back this weekend, is going to be a great time, going all the way up to Tuesday, because people will be there won't be much buying going down. There'll be a lot of selling. The only buying going down might possibly be for the guaranteed SBCs, but again, I can't even promise that. But that is where we are going to end this one then, guys. If you did enjoy and you did learn anything, please remember to drop a like on the video. If you didn't learn anything and you didn't like the video, then please do put a down thumbs vote on it, because I want to make sure that you guys are getting the content that you guys want to see. Any videos that you'd like to see me cover, any questions, drop them in the comment section down below. If you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. I've been David, this has been Free for 18. Hopefully, over this weekend, we'll be making some coins. Stay safe, stay happy, stay awesome, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.